waiting this long to ash, wasting this much of a cigarette. But also cigarettes. I sure hope this individual isn't intended to be our protagonist, because this is a level of littering I just can't get behind. I swear to the sin gods, if there are robbers in this alley and pearls dropping from a broken necklace in this scene, sporadic strobe light reading.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Show gives us a very somber film noir style cold open, complete with dramatic rose zoom, immediately followed by this hyperkinetic jazzy opening titles. I think I like both, but the point is my boner's very confused right now. I'm sure all of this imagery will make sense as the series progresses, but right now it feels like the illegitimate love child of a James Bond opening song and an ocean-style heist montage, and just as f***ing long. Practicing unprotected space travel, shadow puppet practice, Blasty Bunsen, calm down time, staring into the sun, waving with your toes, vegetables, fisting, peeing while cooking, showing your crotch to the wall, sweating, excitement? This profile was clearly put together on a Friday by somebody who had already mentally checked out for the week. Asteroid is an extraordinarily vague home address, and this break has an unneeded C. Of course, it's probably down to an issue with the translation from the original Japanese into English, but sending that would be mean. Do we seem mean to you?
There's no beef in here, so you wouldn't really call it bell peppers and beef, now would you?
Spike would bebop at TVSins.
What happened to the $1,000,000 Wulong reward we got for that last guy?
The repair bill for that cruiser you wrecked, and the one from that shop you trashed, and the medical bill from the cop you injured. Kill the dough!
This all feels like that Spike should have known. So either he's so malnourished he's beginning to lose his grip on reality, or the show felt the need for an early exposition dump. I shall, in return, dump 2 sins upon it, to cover both eventualities. Also, I'm immediately confused by the rules of this society's justice system. These cowboys have damaged private, public, and police property, but because they paid to get it all fixed, there's no further consequences? No jail time? What kind of f***ed up society would allow the super rich to just buy their way out of... Oh. Sure, maybe Jet is frustrated by Spike's lack of self-control, which caused them to be broke, but don't you disrespect chopsticks like this. It's too much. This entirely overflexed toe.
Attention, please. We will be arriving at our destination shortly.
So shortly that you had no choice but to play this message in multiple languages at the same time? If it's important information, wouldn't it be helpful for the passengers to actually understand it? Oh, rivets and moving metal bits. So neat. I must have missed the part where I'm supposed to have an interest or desire to watch 45 seconds of every launching spacecraft in excruciating detail. Wait, where are we? Didn't Jet just say...
Word is he's hiding out with some sweet thing in Tijuana.
But this looks less like Mexico and more like an asteroid with a habitable dome. I suppose this place could be called Tijuana as well, but that seems needlessly confusing. Why not Asteroid 1701 or Asteroid Base Alpha or, I don't know, New Tijuana? Newt Dorp. This asshole appears to be hanging out of the window, and that must be breaking some kind of law.
This again? Son of a bitch.
Right? Another pair of aces in a poker hand cliche? So predictable. Does no one know how to ash in this world? Breast gawking. Rocking?
I'm gonna need a little proof. Let's have a demonstration.
We soon see that this drug has an extremely intense effect on the human body. How is Asimov expecting to conduct the rest of the deal in this hyped up state? And does he have to do this every time he tries to move the product? Surely there's an independent way of checking the veracity of the drug without having to use it. None of this even makes sense unless Asimov knows that someone is going to choose this exact minute to burst in. Has he seen this episode already? Also, I'm not one to judge the various apparatuses in which one may choose to deliver drugs, but weren't there better options to administer this substance? Did it need to be a prickle poof? Why not an eye drop? Mix that with some saline and avoid accidental retina piercing. Apparently, these old men, and even this f***ing cat, survive this. Being a dick to beer, possibly the greatest sin of them all. Beer.
This is real mystic and all, but do you have anything to eat here?
Since Spike is clearly an asshole, I'm amazed the director didn't have him grab an apple from this giant crate back here.
The swimming bird will meet a woman. The bird will be hunted by this woman. And then death.
Aren't these types of predictions supposed to be much more open to interpretation? Like, the ethereal sinner lap dances at midnight on the souls of cliches, or something. I mean, he's changed the names, but otherwise this is exactly what happens at the end of the episode. I can't even send it for foreshadowing, because it isn't really foreshadowing if we're just being told exactly what's about to happen. So, yes, it would appear I'm sinning it for not being able to properly sin it. Suck it. Also, how much f***ing sand does this guy have in his hand?
So you're hungry too, huh, baby?
Mechanophilia. Judging by the amount of shit in the grocery bag, I can only assume it's made from some sort of super advanced space tree paper that allows it to defy the accepted norm of grocery bag physics. But since no one involved with the show decided to clarify that fact, I'll just have to accept it for the impossibility that it is, sin it, and move on with my day.
It's your hot dog.
Lips cannot stretch that far. Believe me, I've tried. Also, what the f is this hot dog bun made out of that admit it could survive the salivary interior of Spike's mouth completely intact? Come on. Paper bags, hot dogs, cats? Is everything in the future indestructible?
I can't tell when you're joking and when you're not.
TVSins comment section somehow ends up in the episode.
Who are you?
I'm just an old-fashioned cowboy.
You're a bounty hunter.
Yeah, that's right.
What in the tarnation was the point of all this bebop subterfuge Spike went through if he was just gonna reveal he was a darn cowboy bounty hunter before he got the chance to capitalize on the advantage afforded by said subterfuge? It's either supreme stupidity or astronomical arrogance. A sin either way.
Asimov, that's enough. Let him go.
But why? She's a killer in a gang war being hunted by a bounty hunter. Why stop Asimov from killing Spike while they have the upper hand? Oh, Spike's in more than one episode, isn't he?
I'm cashing in my chips on this one. It's impossible to catch the guy. There's no way to win it.
Why is Jet giving up so easily? With hardly any effort, Spike managed to get within inches of their target and even had an odds-on chance of catching him if he hadn't decided to blow his own cover. Asimov's escape had nothing to do with his own skill or cunning and everything to do with Spike's cockiness.
He nailed you, huh?
I don't think that phrase means what you think it means.
The red-eyed coyote will appear in the Zona Norte at the far end of town.
Thank you, Cowboy Bebop, for helping me discover my new code text for sexy time. These ships will be important later, but if we know who they belong to. Police, rival syndicate, space Rotary Club, who knows?
You were always planting seeds of a different kind, though.
Insemination jokes. Which genius put a seating area in front of the f***ing hotel information board?
Do you know how much you're worth?
I don't know, man. I've been dealing with a lot of self-doubt recently. Sure, I'm making people laugh, but am I actually adding value to a society that...
2.5 million wulongs, that's your bounty.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were having a moment. Never mind.
You look surprised.
You look ridiculous in that outfit.
Poncho shaming. The drugs are let loose just because the fabric on her dress ripped? Why wouldn't they be in some sort of secondary satchel underneath the dress? Now that I think about it, without said satchel, how are they even keeping the form of a baby bump? And how is she not rattling like 1,000 cowboy spurs with every step? Also, female character hides something in her not really pregnant belly. Cliché.
How you doing, kid?
Rotten! You're late, Jet!
Let's just assume that they agreed on an appropriate time and place to meet off screen. What possible reason could Jet have to be late? It's not like he hit rush hour traffic in his f***ing aircraft. Feels like the show wanted its dramatic jets to the rescue moment, logic be damned. And I'm not standing for it. I have to say, man, I'm really digging the vibe of this jazzy neo-noirness set against a backdrop of some space cowboy bounty hunters. Take one sin back, you crazy cats.
We'll never get out of here now. I'll never see Mars.
This future version of Mars sounds pretty incredible, but is it really their only option? Space is pretty big. Why not stay on the run for a little bit longer? I suppose there's not much you can do when a character is determined to have a one-episode arc.
If I went to a barbecue and there was no meat, I would say, "Yo, Goober, where's the meat?"
This again? Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. That lost hand nearly killed me.
It's over 9,000!
They don't like it when you shoot at them. I worked that out myself.
Good soup.
Ever been to Mars?
Get your ass to Mars.
You're a bounty hunter.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Yeah, I did a job. I got nothing but trouble since I did it, not to mention more than a few unkind words as regard to my character, so let me make this abundantly clear. I do the job. And then I get paid.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.